6:30 in the morning. Out taking a stroll in the Blazer. Been driving this thing for 2 weeks now. Actually, daily driving it, and I like it. You know, I originally bought this vehicle with the intentions of fixing it and reselling it as a flipper. Partly because I wanted to save it, didn't want to see it go to waste. Also, I do buy and sell cars here and there, so that was my original intentions with this thing when I bought it, and I didn't expect it to be as nice as it was when I got there, so that was, you know, a shocker. I mean, I knew it was nice from the pictures, but they weren't very good pictures, so I wasn't expecting it to be quite this clean. So far it's been running really good. I've been changing the oil a lot because you know, I'm still flushing out the material. But I mean, otherwise it's been running great. I mean, even right now we're cruising at almost 60 pounds of oil pressure going down the road. So, yeah, it's got great pressure. It's been running really good. It drives amazing. I just got my new tires put on a couple days ago, and what a night and day difference that made. One of the tires actually had water inside of it, so that'll make it shake a little bit down the road, because I noticed when I hit about 65, 70, it shook pretty violently. So I could never really feel how good this thing drove until I got the new tires. So that made a big difference. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it almost drives like it's new. It's ridiculous. The idea to sell it, but after driving this thing for a couple weeks, I've really grown to like it. I mean, I've had a couple of S10s, you know, since high school. You know, my first vehicle was my '88 Blazer, which I love driving it. I really do. But the thing I don't like about it is it's got the 2.8, which, yeah, everybody's like, V8 swap it. Well, it's too original and untouched. I don't have the heart to mess with it. But I've always kind of liked first gen S10s. I know they kind of suck to work on, but I've always kind of liked the looks of them. To me, they're comfortable in the interior. They drive halfway decent. I don't know. I'm the type of person, I love driving old cars. I got a brand new Colorado ZR2 sitting in my driveway, and I'd rather get something like this every day. Maybe I'm weird. I don't know, but I love it. I like driving old stuff. You stick out, I guess. You don't blend in with traffic when you drive stuff that's no longer on the road. So it makes it harder to stay away from the law, right? No, never had that problem. So. But yeah, I enjoy driving it, so I think I'm going to keep it. I like it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the couple videos I made on the engine work. That seemed to go pretty well. I was a little worried about it. I haven't done too many engines, but so far she's running great. So I figured today would be a perfect morning. It's nice and cool out to do the reveal video on the Blazer. She's back on the road after sitting for what, a month? No, definitely not a been sitting forever revival video. So yeah, anybody that hasn't watched the videos on this 93 S10 Blazer, I bought this on Marketplace. It had a rod knock, a very severe rod knock, but it still ran. The listing said that the rod was through the block and they were parting it out and scrapping it. So I hurried up and overpaid for it and bought it as a whole and tore the engine down in a couple other videos and got it back on the road again. I have made some changes, which I'll show those right now. I know I didn't record everything. My bad. So anyway, here she is. Figured I'd do a nice reveal at a place where cars come to die. My uncle's farm. As you can see, we got a couple square bodies sitting over here. Even got ourselves, I think that's an 82 AMC Eagle with the soft top on the back. Actually a very rare car sitting there. Anyways, we're talking about this right now because I got this fixed so it's not ending up like one of these cars. This is why I figured I'd bring it here. So here she is, got our new tires on. I had intentions on getting aluminum wheels for it, but don't have any right now, so I just went ahead and kept the steels, which actually, you know what, with white lettered tires, they look a lot better. Also got mud flaps. Put those on. Got to protect those rockers a little bit. Plus, I kind of like the looks of mud flaps. Also, went ahead and put my hitch on there and a trailer plug, because, you know, she's tow ready now. And put the air deflector on, which you can call it a spoiler, deflector, whatever. I think it's actually a deflector. You know, it shoots the wind across the windows, keeps stuff off the back. Looking fine. Went ahead and painted these. I don't know if you remember. They were all white and faded, and this was missing. This was missing. Went to the local U-Pull-It. Found everything I needed. And got myself a brand new remanufactured, well, slightly used, brand new remanufactured alternator, because this one was strobing my lights, so there was something wrong with it. Got that great Pennsylvania inspection on there. She passed, fellas. She passed. Oh, yeah. She's been holding good oil pressure. I've been putting some miles on her. I don't know, 400, 500 miles now. That's warmed up pressure. That's excellent, in my opinion. Give her a little juice. Yeah, very strong oil pressure. And I don't know if anybody remembers. Remember I had that problem with the parking light staying on? I don't know if I mentioned it. Oh, that sun is killing the camera. Anyways, I don't know if you remember that. I'm not an expert. Give me a break. So anyways, I don't know if you remember when I pulled it in the garage. I know that was on video. The parking lights were on. And I thought maybe because it was like a school district, government vehicle, whatever the case, maybe they just had them like wired to stay on. So I had the whole bottom of the dash apart, pulling wires out, checking everything, couldn't figure it out. I'm like, why are these parking lights on? Like, I've had the headlight switch out, I've unplugged things, still got the parking lights on. But wouldn't you know? Would you like to know what it is? Yeah, I think you do. I can hear you. What it was, see, the previous owner put a retro classic radio in it, which I've been really enjoying this radio, so that's mint. Yeah, he installed this radio. He put speakers in it and everything. So these panels are a little humped. It's got bigger speakers in it, which sound mint. But yeah, so this radio does not have an auto dimmer. Like when you turn the parking lights on or your headlights and the radio dims down, this radio does not have that feature. And I didn't pay attention to it. I was trying to figure out what was going on. Actually, my brother was the one that told me to check this out. He said, I think something might be wired wrong with your radio. So I went ahead and pulled the radio out, unplugged the radio to see if maybe it was the radio. And no. So I unplugged the harness. What do you know? Parking lights aren't on anymore. So what it ended up being was this vehicle, the factory radio, when you turn the parking lights on, all the interior light, like the radio and stuff's gonna dim down, all the lights come on. They call it an illumination wire that would be hooked up to the factory radio. Well, because this radio doesn't have this feature, it doesn't need it. Well, the previous owner ended up hooking up that illuminating wire to the ignition 12 volt on this radio. So as soon as I was turning the keys on, it was basically like backfeeding power through the illuminating wire and powering the circuit for all my interior lights off just that one little baby wire for the radio, which is dangerous. I can't imagine why that radio was getting hot when I would pull it out. I swear I'd drive it to town and back and that radio was like really hot to the touch. So yeah, that's a car fire waiting to happen. So I went ahead and got that fixed, which is nice because it was really getting on my nerves that the parking lights were always on. And I'm starting to think that had something to do with why the previous alternator died already. So even the new one, I put it on, it's like screaming. It's like whistling really bad. I'm like, shouldn't be doing that. I mean, I charged the battery with a charger and everything. This thing always seemed like it would crank slow. Couldn't figure it out. Well, fix that wire on the radio. What do you know? All the problems are solved. So yeah, that's cool. Pretty mint. So yeah, I don't know. I'm planning on keeping this thing, so I'm sure I'm going to do more to it at some point. I don't know. Maybe someday I'll get the factory aluminum wheels for it or something. I don't know. I kind of digging the basic look of it. I don't know. I was kind of not big on the steel wheels until I put the white letter tires on. Now I kind of dig it. Looks kind of cool. So, yeah. This is cool. It's like a jungle out here right now. This car has been here literally as long as I can remember. And none of these trees were here either. It's... Alright, there you go. 1990. I was born in 94. How about that? That's crazy. Oh, I didn't even notice that. We got a Caprice. Man. My dad would be rolling right now. He loves Caprices. You don't need that window up. Yep. Used to be a whole lot more cars out at this place when I was growing up. Pretty cool. So yeah, there she is. The 93 Blazer is back on the road again. Another one saved from the crusher. Hopefully everybody enjoyed my great videos. I don't know if you subscribed because of this vehicle or you're already subscribed, but appreciate it. It's kind of fun making videos. It can be a little difficult, but it's kind of fun at the same time. So I guess until the next video or the next Blazer video or whatever, I guess peace. Real quick, I forgot to mention, I put an auto dimming temperature compass mirror in it. I put these in every vehicle of mine. Super easy to wire up. If you want to see a video of this, comment down below how I wire these up. It's very, very simple. So I know Luke told me to do it, but I forgot, Luke. I'm sorry. I can make another video on one. It's not a big deal. These are like the easiest, cheapest modification you can ever do to your car. And it's just so nice.